Hi guys, in this lesson I want to talk about quartal harmony and how you can use that when you're improvising and get some interesting sounds out of that. I already talked about quartal harmony and how you can use it as chords in my lessons on three-part quartal harmony, and another lesson on the diatonic chords in the pentatonic scales. But how you put this to use in solos is an interesting thing, and you can really pull a lot of interesting sounds out. So as I already announced, I wanted to make a lesson on just using it for improvisation. So the way we're going to do this is I'm going to play some examples on a 2-5-1 in B flat. So basically C minor 7, F7 altered, D flat major 7, and then I'll give you a few exercises that should help you get some quartal harmony related to the scales you need for this, and then I'll write a few lines and play them and talk about how they're composed and how you then put that to use when you improvise. So first, let's just look at a few exercises. So the first lesson should probably just be to play these chords up the neck in sets of 3 strings. So in the key of B flat you would have this. And it might be useful to arpeggiate them like this. Of course, when you solo, you probably don't sort of move up a set of strings like this all the time, so it can be useful also to do this in a scale. So if I take, for instance, this D flat major scale, then playing the same arpeggios within that fingering would be something like this. And that's a good exercise too, because it's a bit closer to where you need them when you're soloing, I guess. So that would be good to do that too. We need to do the same essentially for the F altered scale, so the F sharp melodic minor. So let's try and do that. Of course you need to arpeggiate those, and it can be a good idea to check out the arpeggios in the position the same way as I just did in the B flat major 7 scale. So much for that. Let's try and put it to use with a few examples. So the first example of a line should be this. So what am I using here? So the first 3 notes on the C minor chord is in fact an E flat major 7 shell voicing. Then we get this arpeggio, which is stagger 4ths. Then we get the Coltrane giant steps pattern, and then this stagger 4ths in fact. And then I resolve that to the 7th of the B flat. I think one of the things that's useful about this is that you can sort of chain these arpeggios together and they're sounding by themselves a little bit surprising, and you can also make the range of the lines quite big, so you have really low, fairly low notes to fairly high notes, and you don't stay sort of within the same octave all the time, which I find a nice thing to use. The next example is this. So here I'm chaining two arpeggios. First this one, and then that one. This is sort of a cliche run on an F-sharp minor sound, so that works really well on the alto dominant. And then, which is just an F-sharp minor major arpeggio, and then I resolve the flat 9 down to the 5th of B flat. I think when I'm choosing arpeggios to use on the C minor, in this case, then I'm trying to choose arpeggios. I'm probably just choosing stuff that does not really have an A. I want to sort of save the sound of the A for when I'm on the dominant. So that's the only criteria actually. And then I'm just trying to put them together in a way that I think sounds nice. The way you practice this is just to pick out an arpeggio and then try to write 10 lines with the same arpeggio. You don't need to write them down, just sort of try and make them. The third example sounds like this. Yeah, there's not too much going on, I guess. E flat major 7 arpeggio for the C minor. And then this arpeggio. And then we get on the F7 alto, I'm using these two. And I made this melody out of it before resolving to the 5th of the B flat. The fourth example sounds like this. So first I'm playing this C minor 9 arpeggio, and then I'm running down this this arpeggio, which is from the D. Then I'm just shifting that up a half step, because that works to go to the alto sound. At the top of that one I'm playing this E flat minor 7 shell voicing, running down the scale, resolving to the 9 of the B flat. So what you also probably need to have down technically to play this, because the guitar is tuned in fourths for the most part, you end up with a lot of stuff where you need to do this. And of course for your right hand you need to be pretty used to playing stuff with one note per string. For the rest, it's fairly easy to do actually, so just try and use this for composing your own lines and see what you come up with. There are a lot of sounds to be found, and you can make a lot of funny stuff with it. So there were a few examples and a few exercises about how to use quartal harmony when you're soloing, and how to incorporate that in your lines. I hope you can use it. As you can see, when I make the lines, I really try to mix it up with other stuff too, because if you're only busy with one thing, then it gets to be, it sounds one-sided, and eventually you want to sort of incorporate it as just a part of what you're doing anyway. So that's why I'm trying to mix it up with other arpeggios and shell voicings and stuff like that. Yeah, so I hope you can make your own lines using this material, And if you have any comments, then leave them on the video. And if you have suggestions for lessons, then feel free to connect with me on Facebook or Twitter or Google+, and let me know there. You can of course also leave that on the video. If you like the video, then you can like it on YouTube. And of course, feel free to subscribe to my channel if you want to be up to date with more lessons and check out some more of my stuff. So, thank you for watching.